Chaos Draft here with Brothers War. And I like this rare. It's a 2/3 for free that you add 2 mana to spend only on creatures or activated abilities. And then it grows when you cast a creature with power 5 or greater. But this is a kind of card that's good in Chaos Draft, but because it synergizes with creatures, especially a little more expensive ones. Because in Chaos Draft, you almost always gonna have creatures. Whereas a card like Loran is less good because you may not have enough artifacts. If I'm really lucky, I'm gonna wield the Bullybranch Golem, but starting with this green ramp creature is alright. It's not even, you're not even sacrificing that much of a stat. At 2/3 for free is not good, but it's fine. And I'm not looking to necessarily draft too many 5-powered creatures, but it does play pretty well with 6 drops. This is a rare that's not good though. Here we have a card that is very good with Gwenna. It's a 6/6, so it triggers it, and also you can cast it cheaper. It also is a fine card in Chaos Draft. It was pretty good in this set by itself. I think the best card in pack might be Voltaic Visionary. It's a good card, 3/1 for 2, that you can pay 2 life to draw an extra card. But that would make me go into red-green. So I might just take a card that's a little weaker, but still is a really good card. And this card also, both card works fine with this card. You can like double spell with this card. Staying green here. And you'll gain 5 life. Alright, so now there is a very good red-green card though in Ghor-Clan Rampager. 4 mana 4 for Trampler is alright, but then it also has Blood Rush. It means that this is also a combat trick when you need that. Very flexible card. It's you're not sacrificing anything because you're happy with a 4 for Trampler, and the trick is also pretty, does push a lot of damage. It's also a Shamble Shark, but that's much weaker. So red green it is, and might wheel. If I'm lucky, I'm wheeling Voltaic Vision, although I don't think that's gonna happen. Okay, Rustish Declaration. Basically a white land that you can discard to put a +1/+1 counter on something. Kind of like to take a Ambassador Orc. This is basically a Protector of Gondor for those of you who played with the new set, Lord of the Rings set. Light Soldier is also a fine card, but I think I like Ambassador Oak, staying more flexible. This was, if I remember correctly, a red-green card in Morning-Tide, but of course, we don't even know how much of a warrior theme we're gonna have. It's a beast, Druid Scout. I'm just gonna take the solid card here. Here is Modern Horizons 1. And rare is bad. I can choose between Lava Dart, an okay card, or Quakefoot Cyclops, a card which I actually think is more of a powerful card. It's a 4/4/5 that can up to 2 creatures can't block, so you can push damage out of nowhere, or just play it on turn 4 or 5 if you don't have a ramp, and you're playing as a 4/4 that deals some extra damage. Or it has cycling for 1 red, and even then you get a little bit of a bonus, a creature can't block. So I think that it will be right. Okay, so we have a lot of red-green cards here. Crazed Firecut, 7 mana 4/4. Flip a card until you lose a flip. So you have to win 3 flips for this to be worth it. Basking Root, but I think it's a fine card. But so is Fiery Temper. I think Fiery Temper is the best card here. It's a 3 mana removal spells, which means that even if I can't pay the Madness cost necessarily, it's still gonna be a good card. And I don't have any removal just yet. Red-green can be a little bit of struggle to that. I think it's better than Basking Root Lava. Especially when I don't have too many artifacts. madness out. So here is Cacophony Scamp, fine card. Basically a Goblin Arsonist that also has some extra text where you can sacrifice it if it deals damage. Plague Nurse I think is bad. I might just take one of these lands, and I probably want a green land. While Cacophony Scamp is a good card, I think that these lands is much better in Chaos Draft than they were in Phyrexian Obi-Wan, because Chaos Draft is so much slower, and having a land that you can sacrifice to get a card back is very good. Okay, so there's Graph Mode, which is basically just going to be a 3-mana 2/4. Veteran Cathar, 2/2 that can pump humans, but then I need white. Loam Dryad, okay, but a little slow. Four-Eyed Woods. I think none of these cards are particularly impressive. I might just take Loam Dryad. It just must be a fine card in this deck. Okay, Rock Hunter, 3-1 Reach. Sibling Rivalry, probably not for this deck. Or a Solgard Lantern that is 1-mana artifact that cycles and gets some graveyard shenanigans going. I think I like Rock Hunter, just another creature. Reach is nice and can beat down. Okay, do I have any wolves or werewolves? Yes, I do have one wolf. Beast. So it's a 2/2 that can sometimes be a 3/2. Or Vordalinkel Epicure, a 1-mana 1/1 that lets you rummage away a card. I think I like the Epicure just fine. That'd be better than a payoff. This is bad, this is mediocre. Let's take a Mana Fixer. The Gate probably doesn't have too many synergies. I would prefer like a Rugged Highlands, but it's still a good card. Decent start here. I would like some fight spell so I can deal with little larger creatures. Wouldn't mind some more beefy creatures, but it's looking like a good Wenna deck. Got a lot of creatures, got some good high end. I wouldn't mind some more, but good start I want to say. Oh, but it's a green card, so. Alright, so what do we get here? Epiphany. Okay, the red hand is very good, but there is a Dawnheart Mentor, 3-mana 0/4 that you get a 1/1, and you can pay 6 to give a creature +3/+3 and trample at the end of turn. And it shouldn't be too hard to get 3 creatures with greater power. So the question is, do I want that or the Moonrager Slash? Which is a 3-mana deal 3, and if I get any, or if me or my opponent sometimes makes it plays a werewolf, it can deal be 1 mana. But that's not gonna happen. I think the Dawnheart Mentor is slightly better than Moonrager Slash. This is just a good card. It's a 2 bodies for 3 mana. It has this good activate ability which I'm going to be able to activate a lot of the time. I'm going to take this just because this is a 3-mana deal 3. It's like an open fire, which is good, but I just think the Dawnheart Mentor is going to win me more games. Ooh, this is a good one. It's a 1/1 for 2, and you can level it up for 2. And once it hits levels 2, it creates a 3 elephant every turn. And you can do even more. I also like Uraga Treespeak, but I think this card is more of a bomb. It requires an answer. So the Uraga Treespeaker is explosive in that deals, but this is a card win condition in itself. So instead of taking a card that is very good if you got expensive cards in your hand, I'm going to take a card that wins the game on its own. Okay, we have 3 cards here I'm kind of interested in. It returns a land. I guess that's not so good. This is basically a 4-mana 4/4, but there is also Ambuscade or removal spell. You get to bite, and it even gets +1/+0. It's also Burploud, but this is a way for me to deal with bigger creatures if I got some of my own in play. Whereas like Fiery Temper can only deal 3. Okay, here is mostly trash. Take a Nacatl Savage, 2 takes from artifacts, or a Scattershot Arch. I think Scattershot Arch is going to be more likely to get sideboarded in. Not that any of those cards are particularly good. But I think I may face some flyers more often than an artifact. Funny card, but not good. Beast costs 1 less a cost and you can regenerate a beast. This is a beast, but it's probably not enough. Okay. This can regenerate itself. I think I might just take Spark Spray. It's a pinger, but you can cycle it for 1 red, so it's probably not that good. This is basically just a 3 mana 2/2 regenerator that makes Gore-Clan Rampager cheaper. Spark Spray is alright. There are some cheap creatures you may want to kill. Okay, so here I have to check my humans. This is a human, not a human. This is not a human. This is a human. This creates an elf, which is powerful. And Blazing Sword is just kind of whatever. I might just take the Butcher's Cleaver and try to maybe pick up some more humans. Right now, I only have... Oh, this is a human. Okay, fine. I have 3. That's okay. It's very good if you got humans. Oh, look, another human. Furyblade Vampire would have worked with Basking Root, but I'd have taken this if it weren't for this fact that this is a human, so it's good with the cleaver. And nothing. I might just take the card. I kind of like this Lone Rider now. It also helps with like equipping this. It's kind of mana intensive, so having an extra card into play. This also can use the 1/1 to tap for mana. Okay, might just take Piffy Needle here. I don't think Feel of Ruin is more playable than Piffy Needle, and Piffy Needle does stop some annoying planeswalkers. If I see like an Oko or Garruk or Jace or whatever. Okay, Onju Giant, a fine card. 4 mana 2/4 that ramps you for a land, and I do have some expensive cards. It's not a human, but it's better than Might of the Masses. I think it's a solid card. Might not be the most impressive, but it technically is card advantage if you can use the mana. If you get a land and you don't do much with the mana, it's basically just a 4 mana 2/4. Some amount of time I can use the mana to like equip or pump this or cast one of these. And I think Feral Prowler is nice. I want a 2-drop, and it's a pretty good one. None of these cards are even that good. It's a pretty good roadblock that also blocks a 2/1. So if your opponent is on a 2/1 plan, playing a 1/3 that your opponent want to spend a removal and give you a card seems like a good deal. 3 uncommons left. Oh, this isn't uncommon. Okay, fine. Remember this card? Some decks couldn't beat it, like a blue-white deck, but I had a very hard time beating it. But of course, in case of people are gonna have the removals. Cobbled Wings. Not completely unplayable. Okay, we got Rivals of Ixalan, and I think I'm gonna take the Jungle-Born Pioneer. 3 mana 2/2 that makes a 1/1 with hexproof. It's better than any other red or green cards here. As usual, in Chaosdraft you are clogged on the 3-drop spot. Seems like it happens a lot in Chaosdraft that you have a lot of 3-drops. Just seems like the place where the good creatures are, so you may end up with a lot of them. Whereas in a normal draft set, things are more spread out in the curve, and people might just not take the best free drop all the time. Okay, we have Visions. 5/4, you have to return a green creature control to its own sense. So that could be, you may have to return this one. Do I have any combos with that? I guess this one makes another 1/1. This one makes another 1/1. This one gets a land. This one gets one. Okay. This is probably a fine card too, but I have so many free drops. I think I might just take this card. I have 3 cards that make 1/1 suddenly come into play. And I have 1 card that makes a land. So I think, and this card could also maybe return for value. I think Stampeding Wild might actually be a good card in this deck. Yeah. Cruel Ultimatum. Alright, so this card doesn't help me. This card might be okay. It's a 2/2 for 4. That's very bad. Taps for colorless, still bad. But if you control a creature with power 5 or greater, you draw a card. I have 1, 2, and maybe if I equip with a cleaver. This is not good. I might just take Drum Hunter and see if I play it. I might cut it, but I kind of want 1 more. Plague is a fine card. 2 mana, 1 more, taps for colorless. It's a ramp card. It has Infect, which means that late game you can maybe Chump Block with it and give your opponent's creature a minus counter. Plague seems fine. Firewild Shaman. Remember this card being okay. 3/1 for 3 at Blood Rush, and whenever a creature you control this common time to play, you can pay 3 and return this card. It's better than anything else here. I only need 1 more playable anyway. If that 4 or greater, I would be much more interested in it, but as it stands now, it's very hard for me to get 5 drop. Maybe I can pump this up to a 5, but and that's just also another reason why Gwenna is good with Stampeding Wild Beast, because it triggers it and gives it counters, and it also, if you're bouncing a creature, it's gonna make it easier to cast it. Okay, card doesn't do much. But I might just, this is sort of like a finisher. It's kind of weak. I might just take a 4 or 5 that deals some damage. So this is a 2 mana minus plus 3 minus 3, which is the remove a spell. But Deadshot Minter is just a good card. It's a 3 mana, 5 mana free for these 3 mana of a fly, but it also has cycling for red green hybrid, which means it's just going to be very easy to cycle. There's also a 2 for double strike, but I like the Deadshot Minter here. I cut this Drum Hunter now. Lay of the Land, sure. I don't think I'm gonna play it though. Red card. And Remorse. It's a good move. Oh, yeah, instead of the drama. Seems like it's fine to have a pump spell here. Nice. Well, nice thing about Voldaren Epicure is you can just play it on turn 1 and you can decide later when you want to discard something. Same thing with the Deadshot Minotaur. You can chill for a while and see if your opponent plays a flyer. Yeah. Plague Mirror though. Accelerate out things. So this is not toxic, which means that if this deals damage to my opponent, my opponent does not take any regular damage. So there might not be much reason for me to attack with this, we shall see. Start by attacking. Play the Tusk. I think I'm just gonna level up that. Go for the highest possible payoff. If it reaches the next level, I can immediately make a 3/3. And I think oh, my opponent wants to mill me. Fine. I think that's gonna be a little too slow, but we shall see. That's 2 cards every turn. Level up. And I think I'm gonna stay there for now. And the reason is that I think my clock is sufficient, and this way I get to do other stuff too. But now I'm at the sweet spot where I can make a 3/3 every turn. I don't really need to make 2 3/3s right now. Great, get a 2/4, but I can attack into that. Really. Not attack with the Plague Mirror, as I said. There's no reason to deal infect damage here. And this way I can also cast my 3/2. I'm not playing around the sweeper here. I think that my opponent playing the Curse of the Bloody Tome, I just don't want to slow roll things. Then I'm just might lose to middle damage. This is not the game to slow roll things. Okay. 5, 8, 11. I could go for the kill here, but I have 22 cards in my deck, I think. It's a little unnecessary to take. That risk I'm not really ready to take. Then my opponent could have like a bounce spell. And I'm having my opponent dead next to me. Not sure what's up with my opponent's deck. You only play this card if you're a mill deck most of the time. But my opponent didn't have enough cards and just put this card in to win against control decks. But it doesn't look like my opponent is a mill deck. Although, I mean, most of these cards are, I guess, playable in a mill deck. I want to be a more focused deck. Okay, so I don't think I want Pithing Needle. It doesn't do anything against the curse. And also doesn't seem good. And I think I want to keep the Deadshot Minotaur in there also, just because it still has cycling and blue could have some flyers. This is almost never a card to cut because of the cycling. I guess if you were 100% sure the opponent didn't have a flyer, you could cut it maybe. But even then, you might just still keep it as a 5 mana free for its cycling. This hand is perfectly playable with the mana rampers, and while I don't have red, it should be. Comes soon, hopefully. My 23rd card. It's a pretty good 23rd card, to be fair. The old Plague Mirror. It is, and I don't think attacking here does anything. I'm not going to poison my opponent out, and as I said, this doesn't deal regular damage. So there's no reason to run into a flash creature. Not that my opponent is particularly likely to have it. Here I almost want my opponent to block with a flash creature so I can play the Might for value. But didn't happen. My opponent is stuck on lands, where I'm stuck on lands. My opponent seems to be stuck on colors for right now, although that fixed things. Right, well, don't have Coven right now, but it doesn't matter. Oh, can't spell. Okay. Makes the Stampeding Wildbeast a little worse, although I'm just gonna play on the Giant if I draw a land. Groundlord Amalgam. That's a mill card. Okay, I want milled one land but 2 creatures. Alright, I can't cast anything except the Might. I could have discarded Fiery Temper if I had red mana, but and then don't have anything good to kill anyway. Alright. Alright, so now I can cast on the Giant though. I'm not in that bad of a shape. The Pharaoh probably just locks off the Drownyard Explorer as well as the Under Giant. So right now my only trouble is this Drownyard Amalgam, but that doesn't kill me in except for in 6 turns. Although since my opponent is playing red. But the thing is, I don't have attacks either, so things could be awkward for a while. But okay, that's a good card. It's basically a Man of War. But not the end of the world. Alright, 5 mana now. I don't want a double spell. I could play the Wild Beast and start getting more lands, but that's a little clunky to do that. Not necessarily, I don't even want to spend my mana on that. But right now I'm not under pressure as far as the... I mean, I'm getting beaten down by this card, but these creatures can't attack me. Maybe it's good to play this, and then maybe I can even get some loops going with the Flourishing Hunter gaining me life every turn. cycle this. Nice. On the giant, I guess. Then next turn. Well, things are a little awkward. So I can start gaining 4 life every turn. Block like this, I don't see. Right. I'm play Flourishing Hound to gain 4 life. Or I can play on the giant and then be able to cost more. So the thing is, I'm taking 6 right now. Also, kill that. Yeah, that's probably better. So I killed that. Or my opponent can put it back. And then I can play the on the giant, get more lands. It's better than playing the hunter. Eventually I might draw Ambuscade and finish this off. I'm taking 6 and Brain Freeze. Alright. Opponent is on the double game plan, milling me and dealing me damage, which is why mill is a little weak and limited, but hey, what are you gonna do? I'm down to, there goes the Ambuscade, unfortunately. But now I can play the hunter. Born Page. I do have 8 mana, but I kind of have to play Flourishing Hunter. 4 and then play have more mana. I'm reading water here, but if this loop goes as planned, I'm actually gonna be ahead 3 life every, or 1 life every cycle, but my opponent had 5. Okay. I think the reason I lost that game was mostly because I was stuck on lands for a while, not because my opponent's game plan was that good. Oh well, let's see if we can win the last one. Alright. Question is, do I cycle the Cyclops on turn 2? Not sure. Probably. You could also crack a blood, but it's worse to crack the blood than cycle the Cyclops. Yeah, I guess I did. If I draw too many lands, I can also crack the blood. think I'm gonna play the Pioneer though. It's not a disaster if I can't play a 4-drop next turn. Whereas it would have been pretty bad if this landed. Okay, that puts a stop sign on my creatures if it weren't for the Core Clan Rampager and the Might, so I'm not too worried about it. Right, everything. It's pretty face up that I have something here, but okay. I'm gonna use this, of course, over the Rampage. I could maybe play. Pretty good. Probably gonna keep attacking though. Maybe not. So I could attack and Rampage over. I'm probably gonna deal 4, then kill the blocker. Yeah, but it's sort of nice to do this because my opponent is tapped out, which means I do it at any other time. My opponent might have a response. I think I cracked the blood also. Find something more powerful, or if nothing else, I might find land 5 and 6 for the hunter. In any case, I don't think the Woodland Patrol is going to add much for me here. Oh, my opponent is out of creatures for the moment. Or has a flash creature. Oh well, I can't stop attacking. I just don't. It's more like my opponent has nothing than have a free flash. Yeah. I'm gonna play Ravenna. Go for the most potential. Alright, I will counter it. Practically. Sure. Don't think I have too much burn in my deck, unfortunately. I find sort of like a removal spell, but and a free to flyer. With Hunter Mace, and I guess play most card that adds the most to the board. No attacks. So the burn spell I have is Fiery Temper. So I can deal my opponent free that way, maybe. But draw it. But obviously if my opponent is on 6, it doesn't do anything. Just don't think taking my opponent from 6 to 5 is a huge deal. Next turn I might attack with everything though. Opponent discarded Mage Fire Wings, so that's a pretty bad card. And play the flyer that pumps blue creatures, no artifact creatures, and intimidate them big. Okay, so that stops him from attacking. This was the turn I didn't really want to draw that. I don't want to crack the land because it stops him from playing the hunters. If I attack with everything, I deal my opponent 2 and then it doesn't do much. I just play my creatures then. Very least now I can block this card if it attacks to blue. But now my opponent might be making a comeback here. Unfortunate. So you have to pay mana to make your blue creatures artifacts, but you can still loot. Uh-oh. Okay, that's a good card, but it doesn't wreck me. It's a 5/5 for 5 that if it is stealth damage, you prevent that damage and deals that much damage to anything. So if I attack with everything, my opponent takes 3. Ooh, that was a good draw. So if I, yeah. So I play this. And that. Then if I attack with everything, my opponent blocks the 2 biggest creatures. My opponent takes 4, then kills something, but now my opponent is dead to Fiery Temper. So I think it is worth it. I think it is worth it. It seems like the good blocks. My opponent takes 4, goes to 2, is now dead to Fiery Temper. Does get to kill 3 of my creatures though, but this gets a little smaller anyway at least. So this attack makes more sense to me. Wish I had that Pyroclastic Hellion now. But whatever. Alright. Also, my opponent might just be dead to my creatures if that answers one of them. So that's not the case anymore. And I get the finishing touches on this game. This Hunter. Now I can crack the Hunter Mace next turn also. If this resolves, I gain 4. Here it doesn't make any sense to attack. I don't think the difference between 2 and 1. My Epicure is already been used. Okay, draws 2. Hopefully Mo doesn't have another counts, but then Fiery Temper isn't enough. If I attack with this, my opponent may double block and then gets to kill it. Okay. I'm aggressive. So 2 damage gets prevented. Then it deals 2 to something. Okay, so if I block here, I don't think my opponent can kill the Hunter because it only removes 2 counters. I'll die of state-based effects in my turn. I don't think this does it, but my opponent needs something else. Because this takes 5 now. Because it doesn't check power, it checks the amount of counters that's been removed. Of course, my opponent could have something else, but I'm ahead of this exchange because this dies. So I think this is good. And it's not like this plays around like this plays into like a sweeper, like a 3 damage, because my opponent could have just cast that anyway. Maybe it does. Okay, fine. Now my opponent is down to 1 blocker. Sure. Oh my! I will charm, but my opponent's probably dead if this gets back. Okay, that was round number 1. Nice. Here's a hand where I'm almost surely not going to cycle the Cyclops. Pun intended. Because there's no reason. I have a 2-drop, 3-drop, and even if I don't really need a Cyclops, it's nice to be able to play it. How does this interact with this? Activate abilities of a creature. This should work even if this is in my hand. Or in my grave. I think. I'm not going to do it now, but it's nice to have that option. So 5 creature, okay. This is a cool card. It's a 3 mana 2/2. You can pump your creature +1/+0. If it's a third time it happens, creature can only get first. It's good, but it's kind of expensive though. So I could attack another shaman and then play the patrol, or I could play the cyclops. I kind of like. Let's see if I can. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I can use that. Patrol. And now, whenever a creature I control that comes combat turn from my opponent, I can get his back. Might not be able to do that next turn, but okay. That's up for an efficient turn for my opponent and pays a 1/3 prowess. Okay. Ooh. So 3, 4, 5, 7 mana. 1 mana short. I guess if I play the Cyclops, I'm a little short to get this back. I need one more, so maybe it's better to play the Mentor. Yeah, I think so. So attack here. Get my 3-point through. I think I can also get back to Shaman, but it seems a little clunky. I better just play the Mentor. And if I don't attack with Gwenna, my opponent just blocks this. Yeah. So I don't think I'm gonna bring it back. I'm just gonna play the Mentor. I can get it back next turn if I draw a land. And if not, I can activate this because I do have Coven. Yeah, 0, 1, and 2. Okay, 5 for reach, that if you mutate it, you get a rummage. So it's mostly going to be a 5 for reach. Ooh. So this is a human, yes. So if I play the Cyclops, I can get in for 4. I think it's better to play the Cleaver here. Just oh, I don't have mana. Right. Okay, I still think I wouldn't have. I still think this is fine. But if I get 8 to 8 mana with the help of Gwen, I can play Cyclops and get back the Shaman. So 3/2. Five, 4. Sure. Right, alright, so now we're here. Our opponent is almost priced into locking, otherwise you can't really win the race. But I'm also trading this sort of expendable 1/1 for a real creature. A Lone Dryad. And right, so now my opponent is tapped out. I might triple block the Cloud Piercer. It's not fun, but okay, my opponent didn't do that. For that, I don't want to trade for. I could have blocked with the Feral Prowler, but Feral Prowler could get combined with some other stuff. Right, so if I play the Quakefoot Cyclops. Then I can then get back to Pyrowild Shaman. Not sure how good that is, but I think in a combination of Pyrowild Shaman and Butcher's Keeper could be good. So I'm gonna. It is. It also adds to the board, which is nice. Those can block. Attack. Shaman. Then I have the access to that next turn. If my opponent attacks with the Cloud Pierce, I'm probably just going to block with the Cyclops. Okay, 5-4 Trample Haste. Okay, my opponent is turning up the heat, but I do have the ability to give this lifelink and pump it up. So I think I'm just going to trade here though. And I might just block both. I don't think my opponent want to kill the 0-4 here. Although, he's my only human, but then I get to keep my 4-4. This way I don't take trample damage. And it's not like, okay, my opponent does kill my human. Okay, fair enough. That way I get to keep a 4-4. I don't have any humans, but I just start by sacrificing. Okay, that's not bad. I can even do that with the help of the Epicure. So red, the Epicure. Away the Fiery Temper. Cast it. And let's see. I could hard cast a Pyrowild Shaman, but I don't think that is good. I can't equip with that. Yeah, okay. I think this is fine. Trade here, and now the door is open for me to attack with everything next turn. I'll direct this impulses into 2 creatures though, that can play both. But I have Pyrowild Shaman, so what I might do is like leave a Feral Prowler back to Shunt Block, and alright, that's not bad at all. Fortunately, no humans. Or actually, I can do it like this. So I equip here. Attack. Okay, let me just take it. An oak, and maybe set up attack with everything next turn. It also takes 1 here. I have to take into account that it's possible that my opponent takes another point if my opponent blocks with the Ravenous Giant in a way that doesn't kill it. 5. And do another creature, pretty good one at that. Okay, that's a little late for that. So what happens if I attack with everything? My opponent blocks 3 creatures. I get through for free, and I can make it even more with the Firewatch on. If I quit my smallest creature, I can then still only deal 3. So if I wait the turn, my opponent takes one from the giant. Can't kill me, hopefully, and I get another 1/1. That is also can get lifelink. Maybe it's better to wait the turn. Alright, let's see. I think what I'll do is attack. No, I don't think attacking is good because then my opponent takes 1 less damage. So do like this. Then I get here this way. Next turn, when I attack with everything, my opponent has 1 life less, and it takes 1, 2, 3, 4. Which should be, if my opponent draws nothing, I think I have lethal next turn, because I can deal 4 plus 3, 7, and then my opponent's last card, which is the giant, kills my opponent, and there's no. Okay, so I die. Oh well. I think I have my opponent dead next turn, though. I think it was a good play, but I think it was a good play because I had my opponent dead next turn. Because 4 plus 3 plus 1 is dead. I think oh well. So I don't think any sideboarding is good here. All right, I think this is Kito. Don't have any. Don't think I have any combos with the wild beast here, but the signal pest is an aggressive card, and 0/1 that whenever it attacks, it gives all your other creatures +1/+0, and it can only be blocked by creatures with flying or reach. But so far, I don't even think it's worth ambuscading it. It could be later, but I think I'm gonna shield because it doesn't do much right now. Forest Walk. I can't kill that right now, but that could be a problem later. Alright, I think it's worth it to play the Wilder Beasts. Maybe attack with that. Maybe use it to kill my opponent's Forest Walk. Take 3. Still, this on its own is not enough to beat me, but that's a big one. Although it's gonna be a pretty good turn for me, though. I can ambuscade. Wow. For 6. It's better than attacking, trading, and also nice to do it when my opponent is tapped out. I did see that +2/+2. Okay. start by attacking. If my opponent has the +2/+2, it's unfortunate, but at the very least then I don't have to bounce anything. So now one thing I can consider next turn is to bounce the Wild Beast itself. We shall see. Gift of the Fae. Okay, so I can't block that. I take 9. Alright, that probably means I'm bouncing Hunter. Although, yeah, sure. Now I will need to block. Although, you might not necessarily know it. Let's see. So my opponent needs to block, although it's not a mistake if you don't. I don't think I can afford to play around anything here. Oh well. So, gonna be hard on the draw though. This is not a good hand. It's I think it's keepable though. It's very close, but I have to have some faith in my top of my deck. I do have removal. They have a good top end card. All it takes for me is to draw some things to bridge the gap. That's not a good start though. I presume I can't block, but I just play that as a blocker, and then I can save Fire Temper for something else. Cycle. And ooh, this is tough. So it's a 1/1 double striker, but it eternalizes, which means that if I kill that in combat, it's gonna come back as a 4/4 double striker for 5. It's not gonna be easy. Not gonna be easy. I'm gonna have to let this hit me a couple of times, unfortunately. Where's the card? Ending voice. Okay. Well, this is Kairos. You kind of have to play some of these less impressive cards just to fill out your deck. Hope my opponent doesn't have that +2/+2. Okay. Yeah. Let's get rid of the Townsville. Okay. Well, Alana was not good. Yay. I'm not cycling the Minotaur. One way I can get back into the game is if I can play that and kill a flyer. Very little cards I can cycle into. So I kind of hope my opponent plays a flyer, but my opponent, if my opponent had a 3/4 flyer that pumps a human, I would have played it pre-combat. Yeah, I'm gonna kill that. That's also a pretty threatening card right now. I'm probably just gonna play the Minotaur here. It does stabilize the board, even though it doesn't kill anything. And it also gains me some life with the Hunter. So I think playing this is almost forced. And if I want just like suicide attacks this at some point, probably gonna have to block. Look, 1/1 here. And, obviously not in a position to play around anything. that would have been almost lethal. So let's say that play this and gain no life. Can't say I'm unhappy about not blocking, about blocking, because this would have just. I mean, I guess it's just +2/+2 on a non-human. Okay. You got me, man. You got. See you next time.